Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for one more episode of Zen Gurus. And we have some enlightening minds talking to us in every podcast. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today we have amongst us Dilshaad Buhariwala. So she is a travel and tourism professional. So let's ask her how her journey been. Let's talk to her. Let's know more about travel, tourism, and how this profession can be, what her experiences are. First of all, thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us, giving us your precious time.
Thank you for having me here today.
Okay, so can you tell us something about your early career and what drew you to the travel and tourism industry?
Well, as a school-going kid, I unfortunately had to miss a Southeast Asia trip because it was too expensive.
Oh,
And I was so fascinated by the new places and the stories that my neighbor came home with. He was a tour manager then.
okay.
I knew as a child I wanted to see the world. He had amazing stories. I was somehow aiming to be a tour, not a tour manager because he worked really, really hard, but I was actually aiming to be an in-flight manager.
Okay.
At that stage, I thought that would, probably take me across the world. But then I found out that that would restrict me to the one country that the airline flew to. At that time, that was about 26 years ago. So I landed my first job as a travel consultant with SOTC, where I had the opportunity to help people plan their dream holidays and vacations and get an opportunity to begin seeing the world myself. Over
Wow.
time, I somehow developed a very deep appreciation of the impact that tourism can have on both individuals and communities as a whole. And that's how I started.
Wow. That's quite interesting. So what are some of the biggest challenges that you faced in your early years in this industry?
My early years in the industry, were so different from the fast-paced, mobile-driven life that we have today. There were no computers or mobile phones. Customers depended on our expertise entirely. I wouldn't call them so much a challenge, but life was very different at that stage. Uh, Human interactions were key. Reliability and trust in the brand of the travel company was kind of a priority. Personal education and in-depth study of the world. We were dependent on our seniors to teach us at that stage.
True.
There was no Google for a quick
Or
research.
YouTube to give you the itinerary or guide you.
There were no apps to guide us down the street. We would get lost when we were traveling in foreign countries ourselves. So yeah, those were the basic challenges, but that's how we learned. We got down on the ground, got down to the ground and got dirty when we learned all about traveling the world.
So that's the real experience of growing in this profession.
I agree completely.
Yeah. And how did your experience as multinational tour operator shape your professional outlook?
Well, my time with MNCs basically equipped me with a very broad perspective of, strong industry knowledge, commitment to delivering exceptional travel experiences. There was a wide range of diverse cultures and travel preferences that enhanced my ability to cater to global clientele at that stage. Extensive training programs we went through, the industry resources that we had that MNCs provided us with. You basically had to stay ahead of industry trends, and the world was developing so fast. So deep understanding of global travel markets, travel trends were very, very important. MNCs have larger staff members, they have larger teams. So teamwork, effective communication, values such as meticulous planning, adaptability to change, and a very customer-centric approach is what we grew up with in this industry.
Can you share a pivotal moment or decision that significantly impacted your career?
Well, that would be the very beginning. I somehow happened to clear the cabin crew and the SOTC interview at the same time.
Okay.
I chose SOTC. Every step I took thereon was basically only enhancing my global knowledge and expertise to be a well-rounded individual, you could say, in every aspect of the tourism world.
And how do you balance your professional responsibilities and your personal life?
Oh, I have this one saying, when the world takes holidays, we work extra long hours.
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe what we do is basically we take quick, short, varied trips through the year to give ourselves a break, or maybe one long one, mostly in off season, between the main summer or winter seasons when there's planning going on. That's when we take our quick trips. But it is important, according to me, to delegate your tasks from the beginning. You know, you prepare your backup as a senior member of your team. You mentor your juniors. You take over, they can take over in your absence. You make them competent enough so that they can manage their own tasks without you. That is helpful to you personally, simply because no one's going to call you on your holiday and the company doesn't suffer. The day-to-day work then continues.
So you've managed P&L, operations, business development, and more. Which of these areas do you find most rewarding and why?
Well, generally, all aspects of my role allow me to drive growth and innovation. But I would say operations somehow is most rewarding for me, simply because it fits my personality just a bit more than the others. It has a direct impact on the company's immediate performance. So efficiency, optimization, problem solving, collaborating with your team, training your team, also direct and immediate impact on customer experience. That helps continuous improvement and growth. And you can see all these factors in operational management.
And what strategies have you found most effective in mentoring young professionals?
Okay. I would say I lead by example. So I do their tasks with them at the beginning. I allow them to learn from their mistakes. Demonstrating professionalism, integrity, and a strong work ethic in my own actions also serves as a powerful example. So young professionals often learn more by observing behavior rather than just listening or following verbal instructions alone.
So can you share an example of a successful initiative you led that had a significant impact on your organization?
Well, there are quite a few, like managing month-long sales and product trainings year after year. I had special, I would say, task or assignment with Ethiopian Airlines, for example, their inaugural flight coming into Singapore and partnerships with that airline, Ethiopian Nigerian agents, Singapore Tourism Board, bringing in groups thereon into Singapore. Another example would be managing and building a brand new company twice, mid, pre, and post the pandemic in Singapore. However, the most effective one would be, say, a similar Travelpreneur campaign that I'm running now. I conducted this campaign to help staff that had unfortunately been laid off due to the pandemic. I helped them run their own company, joint campaigns with tourism boards, and helping agents and our staff recover from the pandemic. That would be the most fulfilling that I've had in the last 26 years. It's not only with our agent partners, with our staff, with the tourism board, combining total strength of tourism partners helped us survive this terrible stage that the tourism industry faced for almost 3 years. That would be successful for me.
Yes, I think that's the need of the hour. Maybe so many people would have left travel and tourism, and you're getting them back.
Yes, bringing them back into this industry and helping them achieve their passion for travel, helping them be their own bosses, helping them make money.
That's the most important thing. And how do you stay updated with latest trends and developments in the travel and tourism industry?
Staying updated with the latest trends and developments would be crucial, specifically for maintaining a competitive edge. The world is moving too fast. And of course, providing best services. Say, you have to be in touch with the industry publications and journals, for one. professional associations, being a part of the IATA Society, ASTA, being a member of TAI, TAFI, attending conferences, trade shows like the WTM or the OTM or SATE in India, attending online courses, webinars that are conducted by tourism boards, networking with the community, always stay in touch. Each city has its own small little community of travel entrepreneurs that also hold their parties or events. DMCs host special sessions or road shows. Social media, of course, very, very important. And a little bit of market research, take more feedback from your customers. Technology and innovation, ridiculously important in today's day and age.
All right. So thank you so much for sharing your professional knowledge with us. And now we come to your Travelpreneur concept, your program. So what inspired you to develop a Travelpreneur program?
Well, as I said, I've been training and mentoring several newcomers in multiple organizations that I've worked for.
Okay.
Some join fresh out of tourism institutions. Some come with a little experience from other companies. But none of them, I found, have a structured understanding of the real world of travel and tourism. So the Travelpreneur program basically reflects, I would say, my commitment to fostering innovation, entrepreneurship, and excellence in the travel industry. It is driven by a desire to share knowledge, support aspiring entrepreneurs, and also contribute to the growth and diversity of travel experiences worldwide in a structured manner.
Nice. Well, and how does Travelpreneur cater to the needs of modern travelers?
This program, I have made sure, ensures that travel entrepreneurs are well equipped to meet with the diverse and evolving needs of modern travelers, providing exceptional, memorable travel experiences. Very important. The experiential travel is what we're targeting at with this program. That is what I guide them through. It's not about simply following the herd and doing what everybody else has been doing over the last so many years, but finding, creating, and scaling in your particular niche when you become a travelpreneur. So personalized travel experiences, we concentrate on technology integration. We teach them about sustainable travel practices for today, flexible remote work options, cultural immersion, social media and influencer marketing. We look at health and safety, customer engagement and feedback, and also seamless booking payment processes. So we give them a well-rounded approach of all forms of travel experientially based on customer requirement and customer feedback. I am going to repeat that statement again. We teach them not to follow the herd, but build their own niche.
Okay. So anybody who's not, who doesn't have any knowledge about this can also get into this program?
Absolutely. So we've built it in multiple levels. The first level is the I would say, starting refresher course for the people who have moved out of the industry and are coming back. And for the newbies, it'll be a complete and well-rounded understanding of what the tourism industry is about, the different sections, different divisions. So you learn everything about the tourism industry. Level 2 is about destination. So we've created courses for over 45 countries. That gives you a well-rounded information from basics about the country to their geography, to their experiences, to different kinds of tours, activities for different kinds of clients. We will be having our tourism and travel partners joining us as well for the destination sessions. So experts from each field or each country will be invited to understand and train on this course. And of course, level 3 is the last one, where we are going to equip them with their own website, their booking engine. We will help them set up their company, give them financial technology information so that they are stable on their own within a few months to scale it at their level.
Okay. That's pretty interesting. So you give them details of how you plan tours for 45 countries.
Yes.
And okay, so now my next question is, what are the key tools and resources that you feel are essential for travelpreneurs to succeed?
To begin with, we help them finding their niche,
Okay.
followed by improve their operational efficiency.
So, sorry, I'm,
No worries.
yeah. I mean, finding your niche, it's a travel program. So what do you mean by finding your niche? Because our niche is, of course, organizing a recreation tour for our clients. So what do
Uh,
you mean by niche?
For me, you need to have something which is different and exclusive. I
Okay.
would not plan an ordinary holiday, or I would not accept a customer who comes to me with the question of, how do I get to this country and what is the cheapest?
Yeah.
That's not my customer. So identifying what you want, what you specialize in. Most of the people who are coming into this course are already traveled. They've taken their family holidays. They have a specific lifestyle that they have been living. They, for example, are living in certain colonies or societies. There are people, if they have traveled to a destination, say you've been to Norway and come back, for example,
Yeah.
you'd know every family member or every neighbor is going to come and ask you about Norway.
Yeah.
Now, when you've traveled in Norway, have you traveled as a backpacker? Or have you gone and looked at some exclusive out of the ordinary resort that you found somewhere online that nobody else has traveled to? I have traveled to countries where they had never seen Indians before.
Oh, really?
My skin color was so appealing to them at that stage. And those are the kind of places that I started promoting. When you think of France, you would first think of Paris.
Yeah.
I would think of the mountains in Chamonix, which were never heard of at that stage.
Yeah.
So those were the kind of customers that I wanted to attract. Somebody who wants the experience. A lady, for example, who is a doctor, and she organizes all her doctors' incentives, for example, or they're going for a conference somewhere. Now,
Yeah.
what kind of a hotel or a resort does a doctor want to stay in?
Yeah.
So are you going to be an FIT specialist? Are you going to be a long haul destination specialist? Are you going to be a wellness and retreat specialist? Are you going to be an adventure specialist? That is going to be your niche. You might not do everything under the world, because that would just be following the herd. What are you going to specialize in? We have yoga trainers, yoga experts. They are going to go and look for only yoga retreats or wellness holidays somewhere. That's going to be their niche. So I get to know the students who are going to join this course over a period of a few months, understand their lifestyle, what their background is, where do you come from, what would you like to specialize in? And that's how you become an expert. Yeah, you're going to have competition, but you're not going to have another 10,000 people doing the same thing that you do. You may have 1, 2, or 3 to compete with in the tourism industry. As a travel agent, you'll become a travelpreneur. You might have someone somewhere else doing the same task as you, but then that's where we train you to improve your operational efficiency. You're learning from somebody who's already got the 26 years of experience. We're going to figure out together how you will identify as someone who's exclusive and ordinary. I'll give you one example. Our lady, Kamiya Jani, she started Curly Tails. The effort that she had to put in to come up with something as exclusive and ordinary. Today, there may be 10 others who are copying her program. But when she started, she had a couple of visa rejections. There were people not taking her everywhere. Today, she's actually a social butterfly for super VVIPs of the world, isn't she? So she has created her own niche. That's how, as an individual, you yourself find your differentiating factor and be a part of the tourism industry together. That's what the niche is going to be.
Wow. Thank you so much. So can you discuss the importance of personalized services in Travelpreneur model?
Yes. Again, the niche comes in, but incorporating personalized services into the Travelpreneur model would not only improve your client satisfaction and loyalty, but it also drives your business growth. Because word of mouth is absolute key. Positive feedback, meeting clients' diverse needs today. The more you know your client, the better you'll be able to deliver your services. And one happy client brings in 10 more. So enhancing customer satisfaction, building strong relationships, standing out in a competitive market, gathering valuable insights. All of this is going to lead to encouraging client engagement. And that is what's going to help you adapt to changing trends. Not only does the world change, but what your client comes back with is what you're going to change for your business in the future. So enhancing emotional connection between your business partners and your customers. That is going to optimize your efforts into building your travelpreneur business.
So, the program is quite interesting, especially you have the data of 45 countries and, you know the best places, locations there, and then you have your partners associated with you. So I think you are giving your 26 years of experience in this travelpreneur concept. So that's, one of the remarkable programs I've ever seen.
Thank you.
And I think nobody would find any other program like this when it comes to travel and tourism in India, at least. So thank you so much for developing the entire concept. I was quite impressed with this. And now let's talk about digital nomadism that influenced the growth of the travelpreneur concept. Like, how do you feel? Because nowadays, I think if I have to go to Turkey, so I'll definitely go on YouTube and search for itinerary. I may or may not get in touch with a travelpreneur or a travel profession. I would be like, why do give 50,000-60,000 rupees extra? It's better I plan my itinerary on my own. I'll book tickets on Kayak or Clear Trip, and then I would book my own Airbnb, and I would try to do that. Now, for a person like me, you think travelpreneur can benefit me and help me organize it better than my own knowledge?
That's a perfect question for a time like this, let me say. In one of my sessions with a few students who were interested in this course, there was a question that came up that AI generates an itinerary today in 5 minutes. Why would I go to a travel agent? Or there'll be 5 different AI models that will generate your itinerary in less than 5 seconds.
And there's so many YouTubers also that are giving you real life experiences.
Correct.
Where to go.
Absolutely. Also, do remember in today's fast-paced world, how much time as a consumer do you have, and how many consumers are going to spend multiple hours planning, organizing, looking for separate 10 OTAs to actually look for a hotel to book from. Each agent or each online system has a different feedback from different customers for each hotel. You've never been to that country before. So first, you got to research about your country that you're visiting. Second, you got to look for the best areas to stay in. Third, you've got to look for airlines that go to that destination. Then you got to look for transport providers. Then you got to look for best hotels to stay in that location. Then you got to look for what kind of tours should I do. How many influencers are you going to go through? How many websites are you going to go through? At the end of it, if something goes wrong on ground, who are you going to contact? This is exactly the situation that we discussed on that call. And then I get a call from a relative of mine asking for a simple package to Sikkim. And the first question she said is, I need a reliable travel partner. I do not have the time. And it all happened on the same day. It was really coincidental for me. She says, and I explained to her, I said, this is exactly the discussion I had this morning with somebody. Is AI or the influence of the internet a boon or a pain? And her reply to me was, it's an absolute pain. I do not have the time to do this. Which is where, again, your niche comes in. Are you the kind of person who's going to target consumers that are capable of spending hours at a time to plan one holiday that they're spending lakhs for? There are families who actually save money for each holiday of theirs, right? Are they going to go on multiple websites and book individually? Is that your customer? Or you need somebody who requires you to plan it for them, be your backup for them, be your support for them. And also remember that travelpreneurs or travel agents, when they work with DMC, suppliers, tourism boards, they have wholesale deals, they have specialized pricing. It's not the simple price that you see available online. So who are you as a consumer and who are you as a travelpreneur? That merge is what is being taught to the individuals in my program. Find the right consumer that actually comes to you to buy your product, and make sure your product suits your consumer's needs perfectly.
And how do you see travel and tourism industry evolving in next 5 to 10 years?
The vision is large in the next 5 to 10 years. India's outbound tourism, I'm not even talking about global. Let's talk only about India's outbound tourism today. It's expected to reach $1,882 million in 2024.
Wow.
That's $18.8 billion. And it's expected to grow at a CAGR of 11.4% in the decade between 24 to 34, reaching approximately $55 billion in 2034. Those are the figures that I have projected, of course, by the tourism industry. It's highlighted in the FICCI Dangyad knowledge paper. The travel and tourism industry will continue to evolve. It is going to focus a lot on technology, sustainability, personalization, and experiential travel. That is what we are teaching our students in our program as well. Adapting to these trends and embracing innovation is going to be critical and crucial to stay ahead and competitive in this business.
And how important is sustainability in today's travel industry? How can travelpreneurs contribute?
For sustainability, absolutely. It's a growing demand. That's another niche that people need to look into, because consumers are more educated today. Of course, they have a wide array of options and information available online. Demand for eco-friendly and socially responsible travel options is important to be looked at. We should focus on sustainability by offering green travel solutions. For example, if you can connect by train, please do connect by train. You don't have to fly everywhere. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Green travel solutions was one, yes. Promoting responsible tourism practices, which means you support local communities, you look at partners that support their local communities. Experiential, authentic travel is coming into play. Technology integration everywhere. Health and wellness travel. Remote working, digital nomadism, all of that becomes a part of the sustainable community in tourism.
Nice. And what do you think, what role does technology play in enhancing travel experiences for clients?
Yes, it is critical today. Travelers and businesses alike are focusing more on sustainable practices, addressing climate change, reducing environmental footprint, supporting local communities. It's important, one, for consumer demand, because we have a higher demand for sustainable travel today. It's crucial to control your environmental footprint. It's significant simply because we're opening up the world for people. And if we're not going to leave a sustainable, healthy planet for our future generation, all the efforts that we're putting in to make sure the world is happy and people are happy is going to be beyond control if we don't look at it right away. Compliance with these regulations from authorities is also becoming important. So we need to make sure we're compliant. Reputation, brand value, you're doing something for the planet, you're giving back to the community as well with that. Promoting eco-friendly practices, supporting local communities, it's all a part of being competitive, being advantageous, and using sustainable materials. When you're flying to a destination, say for example, that you have healthy water practices. You can drink water from the tap. For us Indians traveling abroad, you think, I'm not going to drink water from the tap. I'm going to buy a bottle of water every day. You got to educate your client that this country has good water practices. You can use the same bottle over and over again. You can drink water from the tap. For Singapore, for example, hotels have changed their settings when they have renovated. In the pandemic, they have set water pipes in the bathroom. So don't let your customer have a shock once they are there. If you are educated with all these practices, you educate your customers well in advance. They have they're ready for what to expect when they're on ground. That is something, again, no customer is going to read on the hotel website, going through all the pages to understand that I'm going to have to drink water from the tap. So that's where your advantage of being a travelpreneur comes in as well. And that's what we are educating our partners. We're educating our travelpreneurs, and we're educating our consumers in this program.
All right. So how can travelpreneurs build and maintain strong relationship with tourism boards and partners?
Well, tourism boards are, they're the representatives of the country. So not only do we invite them to be a part of training our people on the destinations, but updating yourself, understanding what's happening in the country, updates from the tourism boards, updation on the destinations, on new properties that are being built, anything to do with the destination that they're going to visit. Being a part of the tourism board community, being updated yourself is going to be crucial, not only through tourism boards, but also with the DMCs that we're going to invite to be a part of this program. So it's basic education, not only during the program, but once they have built their relationship, they automatically become a part of the tourism community.
Nice. So now let's talk on challenges and opportunities. So what are some of the challenges, common challenges that travelpreneurs face, and how can they overcome them?
Challenges are going to be continuous, I would say, because it's all about the future. It's not only about today. The world changes. Maybe you'll have another pandemic coming in. You'll have constant requirement to navigate the market uncertainties. I wouldn't say travel is a luxury. It is a luxury for some that are planning a long holiday, where they have collected their, pooled in their money, their resources to have one holiday in a year. But then you also have your business travelers who travel frequently. No matter what happens in the world, the industry that always gets affected first is travel and tourism. So you need to be absolutely ready no matter what happens in the world. You need to be able to navigate through this. And we are one hell of a resilient community that no matter what, we bounce back together. So it would, challenges would be economic fluctuation, geopolitical events, an earthquake somewhere, a volcano somewhere, a global health crisis. Those are the things that you need to be prepared for and ready to face in advance. Find a solution. Maybe diversify your client base, not to have only one niche, but have a backup for that as well. Fluctuations in booking volumes could happen. So it's a seasonal market. If you're looking at leisure, for example, you have the school holidays that you need to concentrate on. Every year in advance, you have the calendar printed for the next year. So look out for your longer weekends. Maybe you come up with a special offer for long weekends. Those kind of things you need to, prepare for or plan for in advance. Monitor your cash flow. Those are the challenges you need to look out for as well. So maybe you have an influx of cash coming in peak seasons, but off seasons are slightly lower. So plan your business strategy for the year or for the season accordingly. It's a highly competitive market as well. So make sure your business is diverse enough to manage any challenge that comes in terms of, for example, currency fluctuations. Technology also evolves very rapidly. So you need to keep yourself educated and abreast with what is happening in the world of technology. Any more challenges would you like me to bring up? There are quite a few. Oh yeah, maintaining strong relationships. So you also have to make sure that you are in touch with the industry at all times. Even if it's an off-peak, maybe grab a dinner with some business partner. It's a very people-driven industry. So make sure it's not only your consumer that needs to be happy, but your supplier is also your customer. Maybe you are the customer for the supplier, but it's an internal customer and an external customer. Your external customer is your client who's going to be traveling, but your internal customer is your team, your staff, and your suppliers and your business partners as well. Clear communication with each one. Honest responses, open communication. That's the best way to provide excellent consumer and customer service.
And how do you handle uncertainties and disruptions in travel plans, such as political instability or health concerns?
You have to plan ahead for something like that. Just be prepared for any issue that may arise. Have, say, for example, a crisis management plan in place. Regular updates, review on your plans very often, track developments that are happening. Maybe you subscribe to alerts on multiple social media platforms. Timely updates, clear communication once again. The best thing to do would be flexible, be proactive and not reactive.
And what do you think are the key benefits of being a travelpreneur?
Being a travelpreneur, I would say, provides a unique blend of creative freedom, flexibility, and an entrepreneurial opportunity where, along with the chance to pursue your passion for travel, you make a meaningful impact in the industry as well. Innovative ideas, customizing individual holidays, not following the herd again. Work-life balance, it gives you flexibility and independence. Autonomy, you have your own boss, no one to report to. You can pursue your own interests. There are a lot of people that actually travel with the groups that they book as well. So you get the opportunity to travel. The tourism industry is global. You don't only have to stick to your own city or your zone. So global networking is great. Industry connections that you make, you have a positive impact on what you do in the world. You can become an influencer as well for your particular kind of packages that you promote. It's an additional revenue stream for you. And with customer satisfaction, you make a difference.
So what's the one piece of advice you want to give to somebody who's considering becoming a travelpreneur?
Well, if you're considering to become a travelpreneur, one key advice would be you have to have a crazy passion for travel and entrepreneurship. That's just your basic key. You have to be passionate because you're all over at the same time. Your passion is your most valuable asset. You see everyone taking a holiday, but you're really slogging at that time. But you do remember that once everybody has come back from, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm going to start that again. Your passion is your most valuable asset. So while everybody is holidaying and you're struggling to work so hard, when they have come back happy from their holidays, it's time for you to plan your holiday. That's your off season. The industry is dynamic, challenging, and highly competitive. You have to be crazy to be a part of it, but it's thrilling. It requires basic business acumen, demands a genuine passion for travel, deep enthusiasm for creating exceptional experiences, not only learning about the world, but also experiencing the world yourself. So would you rather go and click pictures behind the icons that you have seen, or would you like to live as a local and experience that culture and be a part of that community that you're traveling to? That's experiential travel that we're teaching as a travelpreneur. Your passion will drive you through inevitable ups and downs, but you need to inspire innovative ideas and foster deep connections with your clients and your suppliers at the same time. That's how you become a part of the world.
Thank you so much. It was a very, very interesting conversation with you. We learned so much about travel, how to create experiences, how to find your niche. So I think your program is one of the best out there. And thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, giving us your time today.
Thank you. Before we end, may I know what you do and what your passion is?
Okay, so I've been into this profession in corporate, training corporate people, like team building activities and hosting their awards and recognition, press conferences, product launches. So I'm into MC. MC is Master of Ceremonies. So suppose, SOTC have an event and they have to, reward and recognize their channel partners. So they need an MC. So I'll be helping you in conducting the entire event on stage, help you, drafting the script and making it entertaining for your audiences. So this is what I do. And now I want to train, train people who straight out of college. They want something aside, something like a high side hustle for a while, and then they can definitely make it their main main profession. So I train individuals to come forward and be MCs and anchors. And there's so many events happening, in India. There's so many weddings happening. In weddings, they need anchors and MCs to entertain their audiences. Nowadays, we have so many singers who are performing at weddings. So they need MCs, to coordinate the entire show. So this is a very, very entertaining industry to be in. You never face the same audience. You never face the same people. It's always different people that you're working with, and you have to be very dynamic in your approach. You have to be very dynamic in your thinking, because every time script has to be changed, because every corporate company have their own they have their own purpose to organize an event. So you have to organize your script according to that. And I think even if you take social events, that's a big market, because nowadays, people don't want their relatives or their friends to just come, eat and go. They want them to, enjoy an experience. So artists can help you make these events worth experiencing, whether it's dancing, whether it's singing, whether it's engaging the audiences. They can definitely create memories for you. So this is what we teach: how to make your content engaging, how to be an MC and anchor, and how to set a foothold in the industry. So this is what our program is all about.
That's nice. It's a very people-driven.
Yes, it's a very people-driven.
Correct. That's nice. Good.
Yeah. So people who don't like sitting on screen and working, they just hate desk jobs. I think this is best for them. And their MC can never, artificial intelligence can never take your job. So don't worry on that. Yeah, they'll always be in demand, because they always need MCs and anchors to connect with audiences. So that's the most important thing.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. It's a pleasure talking to you all this while.
Yeah, same here. It was a great session. I learned so much about this.
Well, if you'd ever like to be a travelpreneur, be a part of our community.
Sure. Definitely. I'll think about it.
That's great. There are a lot of incentive groups that I have organized over the last few years, particularly as a part of the destination management side, where we have serious requirements for Indian MCs. So there's an opportunity for you to travel with those groups as well.
I've gone to Thailand, I think, a couple of times for weddings.
Great.
Yeah. Do let
Okay.
me know if you need an MC.
I will. I will. If anybody requires a MC to travel with them, most definitely, I'll keep in touch with you.
So let me know. And what is the investment in this program, Travelpreneur?
Investment in the program is we have 3-level options. So if you're looking at level 1 and just doing the course by going through all the modules, so there are 12 modules in level 1. Each has, I think, about 7 to 8 submodules within that. That gives you complete information on the tourism industry. So we call it basically Travelpreneurship 101. You're learning everything from how the industry started, what the separate divisions are, about airlines, about cruises, about hotels, about itinerary planning, all of that. If you're just doing your self-study for all those 12 modules, we're starting at a very low amount of just 5,000 rupees plus GST. So you learn everything about the industry from that. Now that covers in the LMS, there is a video presentation with my voiceover, plus a PPT separately if you want to read through what is said in that video. So that's educational enough to understand simply what the industry is about. If you'd like to have my involvement in talking to me, planning your niche, understanding if there are any questions or doubts, for me to run you through those presentations for, I think there's a session once a week. That would then be 40,000 for level 1. Level 2, each destination is 5,000 rupees only plus GST. If you're building a bundle, there's a 10% discount for 5 destinations, 20% discount for 10 destinations. So the larger you buy, the more the discount. And following that, level 3, that is generating basically an interest from those that are a part of the industry already, or maybe they have moved out and they are coming back into the industry. They want to set up their own entrepreneurship. So those are showing interest for level 3, and that is 1 lakh rupees plus GST, where we are actually setting up your website. We're giving you a white label. It's more of a booking engine than a website. So we are connecting you to suppliers as well. We'll guide you on setting up the company, registrations, etc., giving you guidance on technology. What's the current best technology that you use to set up and start your organization right away, with a support for at least 6 months of handholding. Then you're independent to run it on your own.
Wow.
So
Right.
each level has a different value addition that we're providing at a different cost.
So nowadays there are many tour programs that are specially designed for women, and they take
Yeah, this was originally designed for women. Unfortunately, in the very first calls I started getting were from men. So I had to open it up. It's not unfortunate, I should say fortunate. Yeah, so there's a mixed interest of women and men. It's mostly women. They are a part of other industries for a very long time. Some of them are now just at home, so they would like to do something different. Some of them want to start off as a second career, since it gives you the flexibility to work from home. So it's going to be a good mix of people that I'm getting to talk to.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. I think